I got a 10-0 win streak with this team in Open Master League. Okay, I know what you're thinking, Ganeto, are you sure you got this 10-0? Well, it's 9 wins, 1 draw, so we're gonna get there in a while. But first, let's see the team because we're having a Mewtwo up on the lead, at the back the Kyogre as a safe switch, and of course Mamoswine as our closer. Well, most of the times we are not even gonna have a safe switch because Mewtwo is gonna stay in even against the steel types. The only thing that this Pokemon is afraid of is gonna be the dark types, not even Giratina, because with Shadow Ball you can get coverage against that Pokemon as well. But to be honest, Shadow Ball is gonna be used most of the times as a second charge attack against Dialga and the Mewtwo on the mirror match. So with that said, now let's see what we got here, because down we go to that Melmetal, but they are energy dry, they cannot throw any move up against my Kyogre, and of course we got 2 shields against 1. So I'm just gonna throw here the big move, the Origin Pulse, which they are gonna block, and I'm pretty glad with it. I can easily tank one move here since we know that this is gonna be just a sky attack, and now we can reach safely to that Shadow Ball. Even if they switched out, I would be on a very good spot anyways, so I'm just gonna try to go for another Shadow Ball, and they want to catch on their Excadrill. I will still throw the move because I know that this is my only way to go up against an Excadrill, and now I can easily finish it off with that Waterfall. With having 2 shields now, I can rely on my Kyogre for the finishing blow against the Excadrill and the Lugia. So let's see how this is gonna fold, because yeah, we're gonna reach there to that Surf, and that's gonna wrap this first victory for our team. Into the next one now, and we're having Mewtwo up against the Mamoswine. So this is kind of an even scenario, however we can reach there to those Ice Strikes a little bit faster, and that can be the key. We both can survive one move, but we can do it much easier here. So I'm just gonna go with my own Ice Strike after I reach to a double, and with that in mind, I'm seeing that they are super low. Perhaps I should have sniped them down with the potential Waterfall from my Kyogre. Instead, I will throw all of my energy, down they go, and now Zacian will return into the battle for the first time, so not a return, will just emerge. So Kyogre now is gonna go in, and I'm just gonna do a lot of solid work up against that Pokemon. If they hit me with a Wild Charge or close combat, I can still survive and provide a lot of pressure with my Waterfalls. So what they want to do is to clear the debuff as soon as possible to the switch into Dialga, and to be honest, I'm pretty glad that they did so, because now my Mamoswine can have a very good matchup against the Steel type God. Down they go, and at the back they return. Now they return with the Zacian, and of course Avalanche will do a lot of work against that Pokemon. You know what, I can take the move whatever that is, most probably a close combat. So yeah, right after I can reach to my Surf and finish off this debuffed Zacian, and down they go. So we proceed now into the next one. You can see that our elo is kinda low, but still this team can perform pretty rough on opponents on the legend mark, so you can use it on pretty much any elo range you are at. Pretty strong line, and of course Mamoswine is the key element to the closing part. Right now Mewtwo is gonna be an amazing leader up against that Kyogre, always gonna focus on that CMP scenario, and because they sealed here, I want to catch on my Kyogre the next Surf, because I knew this is gonna be most probably an immediate Surf from their side, and also I'm gonna keep my Mewtwo with one Side Strike for the end game. You know what, I'm gonna reach to the Origin Pulse, and we managed to take a shield out of them. You know what, that's pretty solid. We're just gonna go down now to the Togekiss, but still they have no shields, we have one, and Mamoswine can start loading on energy. Down goes the Togekiss, they return with the Metagross. They are switch locked still because they cannot switch out. Now perhaps they can, and we're just gonna go ahead with that Avalanche, but they managed to catch on their Kyogre. Doesn't matter at all because I still have my Mewtwo, and at this amount of HP even a single Side Strike will do the trick, and because of that shield we can secure one more win for our amazing line for the Open Master League meta. Into the next one now with the Shadow Mewtwo into the next one. Wow, this is crazy. Shadow Mewtwo, this Pokemon looks amazingly good, and it's one of the best Pokemon on its Shadow form. So let's see how this is gonna unfold against my own Mewtwo, because we are both on the Shadow Ball range, and because as it seems they're having weirder IVs than I do, I can win that CMP race for sure. Shadow Ball will be blocked, but I'm just gonna call it, and it ends up being a Shadow Ball. Doesn't matter matter still though, because we're having that shield while they have none, and of course my Kyogre here can use that final shield in order to get the advantage on the energy points right before they reach to the final Psycho Cut for that Side Strike, so we can finish them off with this. They come into the battle with a Ho-Oh. Are you kidding me? Why would you do it? What do you have at the back? Down they go, and it's gonna be the Groudon. That's why they did it. They thought they could reach the move or just survive a Surf, but it was a Shadow Apex Ho-Oh. So yeah, Groudon will just follow the same fate like Ho-Oh, and Kyogre will be the ultimate Pokemon against their team. Into the next one now with that Dialga up in front, and now my Side Strike will be the key here because we do not have Focus Blast, but we can always bait for it, and Side Strike is a pretty cool move to do so. What I want to do though is to go for that first shield, make them think that we have Focus Blast, always charge up to that point, but now they are not gonna fall for it. However, we can still reach to the Shadow Ball for big damage and lethal at this point with the Dialga. They were expecting it, wow, and now we can go ahead and seal the next move. I'm pretty sure that they have a counter to my ground type Pokemon at the back, and that is gonna be the Waterfall King, that is gonna be the Kyogre. So down we go after a few waterfalls. They have some energy to spare here, so all I can do is to rely on my Kyogre. Things aren't looking that well for me. However, if they have a ground type at the back, perhaps we can have a chance, but still we have to catch on the Mewtwo, and we can do that successfully. So down goes our Mewtwo, but it has already fulfilled its purpose. The Dialga goes in, which makes me think that they have a ground type at the back. What is it gonna be, everyone? Of course it's gonna be the Groudon, and the Origin Pulse will be more than enough to secure the victory against the other big titan of the game. But they still have their Kyogre at the back, so that's gonna be an amazing draw, and the draw that I was talking about at the earlier part of this video. So into the next one now, we're having a weird lead against Dragonite. I think that was a Dragonite. On the Switch we're met up with Excadrill, which means that on the level 50 format we can safely tank those moves, two of those moves actually, and still gonna be able to destroy them down and farm down with those waterfalls. Dragonite now returns, but we are already there on the Origin Pulse, dealing about 50% on the Dragon type, which is impressive if you ask me. Mamoswine goes in, and to be honest, I'm expecting the superpower here, just gonna block. I have a nice amount of energy as well for the final Pokemon, expecting the switch at the same time right after, because I'm seeing my own switch timer coming up, so they must have their own switch at the same time alive and well. So here comes now that Metagross up against my Mewtwo, and guess what, trainers, before they farm us down we can unleash the power of the Shadow Ball, and they take massive damage on the Metagross. I know that Dragonite is energy dry, so just getting past through that Metagross will secure my victory up against their team, which was pretty interesting with Dragonite and Metagross. Into the final one now, and we're having a Mewtwo on the mirror once again. However, the shiny Mewtwo has a weird IV as it seems, and its CP, so we might win all those CMPs, and at this point I'm just gonna block the next move, whatever that is, because they might have Shadow Ball at this point. Just gonna press my own Shadow Ball here, and let's see if they want to call the bait or not, and it is gonna be called, so down they go in one hit. Always amazing to have that on your side. So Mewtwo now able to reach to that Side Strike, but to be honest, perhaps Shadow Ball could have been the better choice here. Since they knew my moveset, there was no reason at all to go for the Side Strike. Anyways, now my Kyogre is gonna go in, and with the Shadow Ball perhaps we could have easily farmed down here, but it doesn't matter, just gonna block whatever they throw. It is gonna be the Draco Meteor at the back. They throw a Ho-Oh? No, a Lugia. Okay, for a moment I was like, not again. So yeah, Avalanche now is gonna do a lot of damage on this flyer, but still not enough to finish them off. They have so much energy to spare. Hopefully they're gonna go here for that Aeroblast, and I say hopefully because right now we can farm down with this, and at this point Dialga will follow the same fate with my Surf. Will they go down though? Of course they are, and that is gonna secure my victory to end this video. So that is gonna be a wrap for today, trainers. Thank you for watching and for staying till the end. Just be sure to leave a huge like before you go, and subscribe to the channel, and if you want to support even more, well, joining as a member will always help me with that matter. With that said, one of these videos might be of interest to you, so yeah, I will see you all into that next one that you are gonna click.